I pray that we align, those of us with hearts and minds, and the land. I pray for a world where we can return the land to the people of whom it belongs. In that return does not mean the annihilation of those on the other side or those who already exist. If you listen, that's never what they're asking for. All they're asking for is peace, equal rights, in this so-called democratic reality, which is really beautiful and ideal if it works, if it's actually upheld, if it's actually honored and respected. We are the only ones who have the power to A, connect with each other, B, connect with ourselves and our own biases and our own programming and our own pain. And when we do that, when we take the time to sit with those things and heal and move in this world with intention, with conscious intention, with the way that we spend our money, with the things that we say to ourselves and to one another, with the things that we say absolutely. We cannot absolutely say that this is just the way shit is. We cannot absolutely say that they'll never stop. That is technically a reality that could exist, where they just do what they want with impunity, and we all watch in horror and cling to our privilege protections in whatever way we can until it's time for us to have our privileges and protections taken away, because it never stops. It doesn't take a break, as they've very clearly told us. So, it's us. It's up to us. It's up to you. I pray for the abolition of violence. Anna, she said, I pray for the abolition of violence caused to innocent people. What else? What else do we need to pray for, y'all? What do y'all want? What are y'all intentions? I would love to know your intentions and your prayers for the world right now. Feel free to share them in the comments. I would love to read some out loud. There's so much possibility if you let yourself imagine a new world. Imagine a world where, I'm going to imagine it right now, a world where Biden wakes up tomorrow morning and he says, you know what? This is kind of fucked. Maybe I should call my little friend and tell him to stop. Let him know I'm not going to send him any more bombs. Because you know what? Maybe we don't have to, destroy the planet and kill innocent random people in order to make more money. Because we have enough, actually. We have a lot of money. And you know what? I think I'm going to take all that money that I'm pouring into these murderous regimes, and I'm going to use that money. I'm going to make a little law that says that we're going to now use that money to take care of American citizens. You know, I think that's a really good idea. Let's maybe make sure that elderly folks who have contributed their entire lives to making me money, let's make sure they just don't have to live in their cars and can afford rent. And that if they need to go to the doctor, that, they have health insurance, and maybe that these doctors aren't incentivized to harm them further, So yeah, maybe that's something that we'll invest in. Maybe we'll invest in some schools too. Maybe we'll stop divesting from public schooling and trying to privatize every single thing that serves people. Maybe we'll do that too. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we'll eradicate child hunger. Maybe all kids can eat all the time, unlimitedly. Maybe, you know what? Maybe all of those laws that we have that don't protect our water supply, maybe we should stop. Wait, maybe we should clean the water. Maybe everybody in America should have clean water. Maybe we should stop putting chemicals in the food that we give them. Maybe we should stop. Let's, just imagine a world where, someone with power woke up with sense. Where someone with power woke up and was like, you know what, I'm going to help the world today. I don't want to be diabolical anymore. I want to actually help people. I think people deserve to be helped. I think we deserve to all feel really safe. That's a good idea. I can imagine this. I can imagine us all being like, you know what, we're actually really sick and tired of evil. Having to pick between evil and decide what's a lesser evil. The lighting in here makes me look extra high, but it is, bitch. I'm giving you facts. Also, we're supposed to be in prayer. Excuse me. I just want you guys to imagine this. I actually literally want you to imagine it. Right now, from where you are, exactly how I'm talking out loud to you, I want you to talk out loud to yourself like you're fucking crazy, okay? And I want you to go in and talk out loud and say what it is that you imagine. Imagine a world where countries don't attack each other. Love that. What else? What can we imagine, y'all? Imagine all the people. Shout out to John Lennon. They killed that man. They killed that man. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Kill all our revolutionaries. They kill all the free thinkers. They kill all the movements. They try anyway. They always breed more of us, is what they don't realize. Authenticity is palpable. Love is palpable. Solidarity is palpable. And guess what? You don't gotta pay us to do it. It's not incentivized labor. We do it because we love each other. Because we want to protect each other. We want to pray for each other. We want to tangibly help each other. We want to divest from the systems that oppress. It's the only thing they care about, y'all. They only care about money. They don't care about people. We could talk their ears off about how fucking deplorable they are in their methods and their choices and their limited imagination of what the world can look like. They're so blinded by greed. They're so blinded by all of the sins, bro. All of the sins. That's why it's so funny that these are all religious conversations to me, because everybody's sinning, bitch. Like, none of you have any moral authority to be talking about what God wants. Like, I find you all hilarious. I find that hilarious. Laughable. And I want you to know, Spirit does too. Like, Spirit is laughing at you. I mean, not really. They're actually appalled, but, But they're like, wow, it's really interesting how deep into delusion people can become when they don't listen to their own hearts and their own truth and live in denial of obvious fact, proven fact, endless history. There's so much proof. I'm tired of proving things, I'm always down to educate, but I'm not going to prove things anymore, If you're open to education, if you're open to understanding things, I'm always down to share wisdom and open a heart, I really am. Even no matter how closed it is, like I personally am always down to have a conversation with people. Because I really believe that having conversations, like respectful, like pointed conversations, not everyone deserves that. Not everybody has to make it their point or their obligation to do so, but I do. Because I'm white. I'm not like white, but like I'm white, you know? And it's a responsibility that we have. No matter where you come from, what your background is. Obviously, I'm also Latina. I have my whole family on both sides from Cuba, you know? But even if we're going to talk about Cuba and what colonization did to Cuba and where I even maybe come from, I don't even know yet. I haven't even done a DNA test. I have no idea what the fuck is in me. Obviously European, but like I have other shit in me, obviously. And guess what? It's an undoing. It's an undoing, and it's a vehement anti that is necessary. Spicy white, LOL, yes. Spicy. But it is our responsibility, people who look like me. It's our responsibility to have these conversations at bare minimum. Uncomfortable conversations, weird conversations, conversations that make you realize, like, damn, there's so many murderously charged people around me. Why? Interrogate that shit, bro. Interrogate that shit. Don't just look to the side. Ask them, bitches. Ask them, hey, why do you think like that? What made you think this way? Have you ever considered this? Why don't you read a book? There's so many different things you can like use to combat ignorance. And to me, it's not even just like, it's malignant ignorance, because the people are real life dying because of the way people are thinking. You know? These systems are inside of us as much as they are outside of us. And the only real way to uproot something this sick, because it's sick, it's a sickness, it's an illness, it's a virus, this white supremacist mentality. As Sonia Renee Taylor says, this white supremacist delusion. It is delusion, and it is fear at its very core. It is a fear in two parts. It's fear of being inadequate, not being powerful enough, you know? And then it's also a fear that if you were to calm down and if you were to maybe like not do all this crazy murder shit and you weren't able to like control people with fear, that then the populations that you have been decimating for centuries, that they're going to retaliate. And they're going to come back and be like, you know what? You did this to us for how many years? Now it's your turn. It's fear. But guess what? Guess what? The spirit of the oppressed has nothing to do with those murderous mentalities. Nothing to do. At this day and age, anyway. We're also watching, there's two ways that trauma goes. When you are the victim of traumatizing military regimes, colonization, when you are the target of these things, the torture is psychological and physical for years. It goes on for centuries. Indigenous people are in their fifth century of trying to even make people aware of their experience and existence. They are still alive. We talk about, past tense, the natives, back then we annihilated them. No, they fought. They fought, and they're still fighting. And that's why they were dealt with the way that they were dealt with, because they were not willing to just take it.